Hi listeners, Ram Big Thighs here. What's that? You've never heard my voice before? Well, you could hear plenty more from me and my friends if you subscribe to the Goblins and Growlers Patreon at patreon.com/goblinsgrowlers.
God, I'm feeling good about my brain skills right now because I remembered that all on my own.
I'm feeling good about your brain skills. It's making me really question my own, though.
This is Quid Pro Roll, a fantasy live play adventure where a party of unlikely heroes embark on a quest to bring dragons back to their world.
You're doing great. I hear most people don't actually make it this long on bonus content. I mean, you know, they usually move on to other things by now. I'm not implying that they died. That's definitely not what I meant. Anyway, I better not take up too much of your time. Things are starting to get real in the story, and I've got to keep moving or it'll... never mind. So to catch you up, there was that bounty hunter that exploded. Pretty nasty fight there, but the party made it out. They took some time to really make the town their own, too, which I guess is good, because they met someone on the road looking for a place to stay. But things aren't looking up yet. Before they even got to Oakmill, they could tell something was still off about the area. There's some sort of faint mist coming from the trees, and the travel in the area stopped altogether. Two of them, the Druid and the Fey one, I don't really know their names yet. Well, they go to talk to the trees while the rest of the group finds rooms at the inn. Now, quick advice I learned recently. If you're out in the woods and you hear something that sounds like giggling from outside your tent, try not to move at all. Even when things start wriggling under the bottom of your tent. Just don't move. And definitely don't go outside. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Catch you on the flip side.
So, on where we last left off, Johannes, Solinar, and Boat had just secured you guys a room. Solinar had checked his notes about what to do the next time you guys got to the Alarian Wood. Koza, you had left to go with Alita, who was going to try and talk to the trees. We're going to start with Boat, Johannes, and Solinar.
I think next thing we should be doing is going and talking to that apothecary. I'm hoping they're not too far from where we were before, because I think Alita would probably figure out that we were going to look for lodging. I don't think Alita would be like, you know where I bet they went? Is the apothecary. Because
I could stay right here.
I don't want you to just have to, like, stand around. You might be helpful in gaining us some insight with this apothecary. I think probably what I'll do is if it's close enough, then I'll just look out the window every now and then, and if I see Alita and Koza looking confused in the town square, then I'll be like, oh, hey guys, we're over here. You know what I mean?
Sounds good. I could do push-ups in the apothecary's office.
Oh,
A push-up-a-carry.
Yeah. Elite's got the right of it.
You get enough upper body strength, you can do a fireman's apothecary.
Oh, heck yeah.
We're still in the woods, right?
No. I mean, you guys are on the outside of the woods. Alita's talking to the trees.
Okay, so how far did we follow you into the woods then?
They're not, you guys are basically going to interact with the trees immediately. Like the first trees on the immediate outside. Alita's not going to step into the wood without you guys.
Okay.
But you are immediately flush and next to the woods, if there's something you're looking for specifically, Koza.
No, I just wanted to check where I was.
Oh, you're flushed and next to the woods? Koza, what's got your heart rate up, buddy?
Woods.
Oh god, not another Koza ship.
Koza and trees.
Nah, that's gonna really conflict with the fan base for Koza X mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Why not both?
Cheese or just mushroom food?
I feel like that's a t-shirt. All right, so Boat, Solinar, you guys are going to go into the apothecary.
Mm-hmm.
The door is going to open, and despite the fact that you see a little bell on the door, it doesn't really ring. Behind the counter is a wizened old man with a long beard. There are several braids that are very, very thin that sort of scattered around his beard, and otherwise he has no hair. He's wearing sort of this brown commoner's outfit, but he's strapped with like several vials and glass beakers.
This dude's strapped.
He's strapped. Hello, sirs. Can I get anything for you? Can
It
I
doesn't
do
sound very
anything for you?
strapped.
You know
Hello.
I keep that thing on me.
Whoa! What are we talking about?
Reasonably priced health potions.
Oh, nice. That's what we need, I think.
Basically, always.
Yes, always.
What brings you here?
We heard that you might have been one of the last people to be going into the woods with any regularity when things started getting weird and terrible.
Yeah, since the mist started coming out of the woods. Oh, yes. I went in to collect some odds and ends for my potions, and woods are much quieter than they were. You feel more watched than you did before. People stopped going in after some folks went missing.
Do you think it's the work of, like, nature spirits?
I think. You know, he kind of like waves you close to him so he can speak conspiratorially.
I lean in.
You know how there are nymphs and fae in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are lots of tales of people getting stolen away by the fae.
Oh my god, that happened to us.
And I'm just going to say that there wasn't much of a problem before, but I'm wondering if
You don't think?
maybe we've angered them.
You think maybe Oakmel did something to upset the wood spirits, and so now they're exacting their natural revenge?
Perhaps. Maybe it was Oakmel, maybe it was mankind itself. But what I do know is they are displeased with us.
I mean, you can't think of any inciting event that might have happened?
We've been encroaching on the woods, chopping down
that'll do
trees
it.
for some time.
Oh, yeah, expansionism.
I thought we were always very respectful, but maybe we violated some sort of etiquette. My understanding is the fae are very particular about their manners.
And there was no warning?
None that I observed.
Okay. And you say, has anybody made it back?
Not since me.
Okay.
Did any of the people who went into the woods, did they say, and I'm never coming back?
You just lost yourself a customer, Forrest. Not that I saw or heard.
Man, if only Jazz Tamarin were here.
He'd be able to solve this problem immediately.
I know.
We just have to wish him into existence. according to the canon of this world.
Well, since we're here and you have reasonably priced healing potions, what do you got and what are you charging?
So he's going to pull up 3 vials of what appear to be, from the size and everything, lesser healing potions, though they're a little cloudy in color in a way that you're not used to. Only a silver apiece.
Buying this cloudy potions for cheap.
And
shopping at the Copper Tree.
I want to investigate this, but my medicine skill is so bad. So I don't know that Solinar is even smart enough to be like, well, this seems off. Oh, silver apiece is a steal.
Are you just going to buy all 3 of them?
I'll take all 3.
All right. Add 3 cloudy lesser health potions to your inventory. I'm not going to let him just pretend they're normal health potions. They need to be described.
Yeah.
Cloudy lesser health potion times 3, which looks like a little cat face. Okay. Well,
Josh's era of Gaia Online forum role playing is showing.
Nya nya. Moving on. Well, that's quite the bargain. I don't know how you can sell these things for so cheap as compares to some of the other people we do business with, but you know,
not much money in health potions lately.
I guess that's true. If people think that if they go into the woods at all, they will immediately die, then they're probably not too worried about trying to heal in the process.
Used to be every once in a while there'd be a lovely little axe accident or a tree falling the wrong direction. My health potions were very useful then, but haven't seen much since then.
A little accident or a little bit of treble. Yep, I could see how that'd be the case.
Yeah, you understand, young man.
I do indeed. Well, look, you said that there's mist that's coming out of the woods, and that seems to be related to whatever the troubles are.
It started around the same time.
I feel like the mist has to have a source. And if we can find the source of the mist, then maybe we can solve your problem while we're doing the thing that we have to be in the woods for anyway.
If you could fix that problem, we'd be very much obliged, young man.
Well, I'm not going to make you promises I can't keep, but we'll do what we can.
Yeah, we're going to be in the woods anyway.
I don't know that that's wise, but
It's
know
not.
your business.
It's not.
But you having second thoughts, buddy?
I mean,
We couldn't cut it as a wise man stealing.
Oh, this is how you remind me.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying something, Boat.
Boat was just saying, he can objectively recognize that this is an unwise idea and still go through with it.
I feel like that's a lot of what Boat does.
What?
Mhm.
Boat's not into the idea of fighting a legendary witch?
Not into it at all.
Well,
He
that's
had that.
fair.
He recognizes that years ago, he had that very hubristic thought of doing a suplex to Baba Yaga's chicken hut. But having faced what he's faced, he recognizes that's probably going to be a bit of a lift, a bit more than he was expecting.
All right. Anything else, you guys?
Well, thank you for your time and your trouble. And hopefully we'll have some good news for you soon. And otherwise, we'll just be another group of people that vanished in these woods and were never heard from again.
No refunds.
What is that? Wait, how would that even... I guess if the potion was intact, I can't, take the potion and then try to return it to you. What, I'm going to throw it up? Doesn't make any sense.
Just drink it right before... We got to go back to Aisling Glen. You need to drink it right before bed.
And I don't know if the rest of you saw what I just saw, but Gabe does a sort of half cackle and then a vertical and a little bit sideways retracts from underneath the space he's in rapidly, as if he's being pulled out from at his desk.
And then he wasn't returned.
He disappeared.
It's true.
All right. We're going to cut over to Koza. Koza, you're watching Alita with her hands on the trunk of one of the trees and her eyes closed. What are you doing while she sort of does that whole mess?
I'm just keeping an eye on the woods. to make sure nothing comes out of the woods.
Roll perception for me.
That's going to be a 25.
Normally, you are able to tell, you're able to see rabbits hopping around, you're able to see foxes. You are actually able to see the animals, but they don't move much. They seem to be very cautious in their movements. Like, they're constantly aware that they're being watched. You also notice from the woods, it's a little bit faint where you are, but as you look deeper into the woods, you can see there's a very heavy mist that is coming out of the woods.
How is it coming out of the woods? Is it like diffusing through the entire like tree line? Is it rolling out on the ground like it's a haunted house?
Like, if you were to, like, does it look like maybe there's one smoke machine, two smoke machines? Some have, like, a fan to kind of, like, diffuse some of the smoke from the smoke machine?
It's rolling along the ground, to answer your question, Brandon.
Can you give us number of smoke machines? Just so we can, better...
Probably quite a few, but they're further away.
Okay, so a lot of smoke machines far away. That makes it easier to... You guys can...
So, like, yeah. So, like, on the outside, it feels like we're maybe at somebody's, like, birthday party that somebody brought, like, one smoke machine. But if we went, like, further in, it'd be, like, a rave in a warehouse that you can only see a few feet in front of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You guys got it. You got it.
Okay.
Though I'm not, given that I don't know how much smoke machines put out, I'm kind of having to guess on how many smoke machines volume-wise.
We get it, Woods. You vape.
Vape Nash.
Alita's gonna kind of like pull her hands back and, shake her head a little bit and walk over to Koza. Do you see anything?
A lot of mist.
She looks over. Yep.
That's it.
Seeing that too.
It's like there's only mist.
Now, Koza, you are able to see some animals. It's not like this isn't like the movie The Mist, where like it eats everything.
Okay.
It's not the Forest of the Langoliers.
For the record, I hate that movie aggressively.
Put on
So
the
much do I
record.
hate that movie.
Yeah. So we got Langoliers, the TV movie, Final Fantasy Tactics.
No, I'm not talking about Langoliers. I'm talking about The Mist.
Oh.
The movie The Mist. I hate that movie deeply.
The record reflects.
Yeah. I hate
Thank
the
you, Your
game
Honor.
Mist. So I'll add that
I
to
like
the
the
list
game Mist, but it's also because I'm willing to stare blankly at a screen and do nothing for 3 hours.
My client is willing to stare at the screen. No more and no less than 3 hours on the dot.
Yeah, I've never stared at a screen for more than 3 hours. Never in my life. Not even once.
3.01, not even once.
Staring at screens, not even once.
For more than 3 hours.
Yeah, for or less.
I may or may not have bought
Well-
blue light glasses exclusively because I was starting to have eye twitches while playing Three Houses.
Staring at screens for 1 or 2 hours is just the gateway staring for staring at screens for 3+ hours.
Mm-hmm.
Kozo, what's going on, buddy?
Well, I was just keeping my eye on what was going on. It doesn't sound like there's a lot going on except for the weird mist and a few animals out there.
The trees are saying something I don't quite understand. Something about returning to the old ways? I didn't really follow.
This is turning into a Rush song real fast.
Well, that sounds a little ominous.
So is the mist and the general everything about this. Koza, I'm really worried. What if something's happened to, like, home?
Well, I think we'll only be able to find out by venturing in there.
I don't know that I wanna.
I don't know what else to do. Do you want to stay here?
No, can't. You're right. Sorry. You're absolutely right. We'll regroup with the others and we will figure out what is happening here.
Okay.
Solinar, Boat, Johannes, you guys are all going to come out of the apothecary with your sketchy potions around the same time that Alita and Koza are going to be, like, back in the town proper.
Okay.
I think it's a clear case of the woods being haunted. It's a question of what kind of haunted the woods are. Are we talking super powerful, legendary witch haunted? Or
Really hammering in that Baba Yaga angle.
is it possible that the spirits of the dead have all come to congregate within these woods, and it's become a sort of like warring nations situation between the spirits of the dead and the spirits of nature that exist within these woods? Because I don't think this spooky drab mist is really the vibe of the wood nymphs. It just doesn't seem like their style.
I mean, it does glitter.
Oh hey, what's the word from the trees?
I didn't quite understand everything they were saying. There was a lot to it that kind of lost me. But they were talking about something like returning to the way things used to be.
That sounds ominous.
Yeah, that's what Koza said.
We're getting a lot of ominous news from forces of nature recently.
Yeah, I think we just need to accept that we're not going to have fun going into this forest, but it's something that needs to happen to help this town before it becomes the next Aisling Glen.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, we know we have to go in the woods regardless, and if we can figure out where the mist is coming from while we're in there, then we may as well do something about it. Especially if, can you imagine if the Boris Empire invaded right now? Like, they'd walk all over this group of people.
Yeah. You know, if the Alarians are smart, they'll tell the Boris Empire that the capital is in the forest.
The Boris Empire has access to maps, Boat.
You don't know what a government does to hide things. Maybe the capital on the map is just what they do to throw people off the scent.
Ooh, secret map.
Mm-hmm. Secret map.
I don't know. I don't like this situation, but whatever it is, we're gonna have to deal with it, because we're going in there so that we can go and see Lord Alden, who, hopefully, his protections have all held out, and so, there's this one little oasis of quiet sanctuary in the middle of all of the whatever's going on with the rest of the place.
You know, you're right, Solinar. I haven't thought about that, but Lord Alden probably has protected the Glen.
Well, that was the whole point of the Glen being the Glen, right? Or the Glade? Glade Glen? What's the difference between a glade and a glen?
Letters.
Well, okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Because, one, it's easy because there's an address, you can write a letter to it.
Mm-hmm,
The other one, there's no postal code because it's secret.
Oh.
And that's the difference.
Speaking of which, I feel like we mailed something to Oakmel. Did we mail something to Oakmel?
Maybe? Was that one of the many letters that Koza sent?
I thought all of the letters that Koza sent were to a variety of women we had encountered over the months. So I don't think so, but I'm not certain.
Oh, we could always go to the post office and check.
Yeah, provided mail is still running. It doesn't seem like a whole lot of other work is getting done around this town.
Well, if the mail's not running, then it should just be sitting there and we can go pick it up.
Is that a go out and catch it joke, Boat?
Yes.
I vaguely recall us writing some kind of letter. I'm sure it's in here if it's here.
You do walk into the post office, and instead of what you would sort of expect, there's just a very large wall of small cubbies. Many of them have letters, and on the front of each of these cubbies is a small plate with a name. Ones that have letters in them, the name is written out. Ones that do not have letters, the nameplate is blank.
Is there an Aarakocra behind the counter? Is he perhaps recruiting adventurers to do some mail sorting task for him? And the faster we can sort the mail in the 60-second time limit he gives us, the more silver that we get from him?
No, there's not even a desk.
I guess Solinar looks for one of the party members' names amongst all of these many, many cubbies.
As you look through the cubbies, you are going to find a nameplate that says boat. As you get closer, it changes to Solinar, and as you get yet closer, it says Johannes.
Oh, this sounds suspicious.
When you take another step back, it goes back to saying Johannes. When you take another step back, it goes back to saying boat. But as you as if you're turning a holographic card, it changes the name that is on the plate.
I've seen this before. This is like a Telerian optical illusion thing. It's only visible certain images from certain angles. And so, like, the closer you get to it, the different angle you get, and so on. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is for us. And Solinar walks up and takes the letter from the slot.
So you are going to pull the letter, pop it, open it, and it is going to be the letter that you all collectively wrote out, explaining your adventures to Lord Alden. You feel, just for a moment, this pang in your chest, this feeling of loss, this feeling of nostalgia for something that you can't ever have again. And then it's gone as soon as it appears.
The letter or the feeling?
The feeling.
Okay.
The letter's still there.
Okay.
Is this
Bye, letter.
Is this a group-wide feeling, or is this a Solinar holding the envelope
Just you.
feeling? Solinar just gets like a little bit of a wistful look for a moment, and then he's like, "You know, I don't say this enough, but I'm glad we're all adventuring together."
Aw.
Mail time.
Can y'all have an emotional moment of bonding for like 2 minutes for me?
Yeah, we call it mail time. It's when all the guys come together and we get a hug.
That's good.
That's so dumb. It's so funny, but that's so dumb.
Anyway, it was just as we thought. This is the letter that we wrote to Lord Alden that we sent to ourselves here so that we could get it, so that, we'd have all our thoughts in order. Which will be helpful because whatever's going on in these woods, we're probably not going to have our thoughts all in order. And Solinar just like stores the envelope in his pack.
All right, what now, you guys?
Solinar soft lobs a hotel key at Alita. There's for you. And then...
Hold on. Roll dexterity. What'd you get?
Oh, I'm rolling dexterity. I thought you were rolling dexterity.
Well, I thought you were rolling dexterity.
But if you're not rolling dexterity and I'm not rolling dexterity, then who's flying the plane?
Penguins can't fly.
Is that
Penguins.
Is that a dexterity save, a dexterity skill, or just raw
Skill.
dexterity?
Just raw dex.
Okay, that's a 6.
Rah.
All right. You lob it clumsily, but Alita is able to catch it before it smacks her in the face.
Ugh. Awkward balance for keys. I think the wooden plank on the end for making sure you don't steal it. It's kind of a nuisance for lobbing. Anyway, and then of the 4 remaining, we just have to each pick a bunkie because everybody's got their own bed tonight. Nobody's got to share a bed unless they have nightmares, and then you ask.
Will do.
You all are going to spend the night, I don't want to say uneventfully, because all of you have relatively fitful sleep that's not entirely restful. You're woken up by dreams of fire, of seeing places that you have been in not just like disrepair and dilapidation, but active destruction.
Well, those aren't dreams. Those are just memories.
Yeah, that's just Palomar.
Yeah.
Guys!
You mean places we didn't set on fire and start riots in as we were leaving them? You mean
Yes.
other places?
Other places. Places like
Okay.
Marine. Places like Tinkerhaven.
I did not sleep well. Had this dream that Millersport wasn't doing great. It was like all the waters were overflowing onto all the stalls, and the places where all the fish were kept cold, all the fish was rotting, and there was flies, and a tree fell on a house. There's a lot more demon grandmas opening inns.
Oh, yeah.
It's strange. I had the exact same dream.
What? That's not even like possible. Is it?
I mean, my dream wasn't so dissimilar. I dreamed that I was on the rooftops of Tinkerhaven, and the whole place was just ablaze. Just fires everywhere, and people running, screaming in the streets, and the sound of chaos and rampaging and windows shattering. It was not great. Was not my favorite thing to be thinking about while trying to sleep.
Alita comes down to join all of you, and she also looks like she had quite the rough night. Weirdly enough, so does Felix.
Whoa.
Make a noise like Felix has had a rough night.
Same, buddy. Same.
He normally like kind of scampers to get his breakfast, but when Alita puts him down, it's more like she sort of pours him onto
Aw.
the table. What?
No, that just sounds sad.
Yeah. For a second, that awe didn't sound like awe. It sounded like revulsion. And I was like, he's still got bones.
Alex,
Like,
that's disgusting. It's just a bag of dragon meat at that point.
Felix is having a no bones day.
no, Felix,
No bones day.
NBD.
but no, Felix is kind of sadly nomming on a little bit of breakfast.
This is maybe a little bit of a long shot, but can I roll Arcana? See if there's maybe a magic something or
I don't
other.
know, Arcania?
Gabe, cut the
What
sound
was
that I just made out of the
No,
cast.
make that, keep that forever. That was amazing.
Take the sound Alex made and save it as a soundboard sound.
What an amazing sound that was. I'm so glad that everyone noticed how amazing that was.
So good.
I'm glad I'm where I'm appreciated.
You're in the right place.
But I don't know if that's because the mist seems magical in nature.
It does indeed.
And I can only imagine that the fact that people are so drab and tired and afraid has something to do with that. But I feel like Solinar needs to he needs that dice invoked step forward to get to not only that conclusion, but also maybe knowing something about mist like this or something to that effect.
Yeah, go ahead and roll Arcana.
I got a 15.
You are able to tell that this mist is magical and that it is not conjured.
So it's not being created by a single magical source.
It is not being created by anyone's will. I'm not saying its source isn't magical, but I'm saying it is not being actively created on purpose.
Oh, okay. So this is not like a wizard is at the center of the woods making an incantation that creates terrible fog.
No.
This is like a passive magical something or other.
The best way that I would be able to describe it is a magical side effect overall. Either something that is creating it is doing so just as a byproduct, or it is being created by something natural. It's like Imagine a gas leak because a pipe eroded rather than a gas leak because someone unscrewed your pipes and is trying to murder you.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I don't know if this is helpful for us at all, but it seems to me, based on the behavior of the mist we've been seeing, that it's not... I'm starting to wonder about my Baba Yaga theory, because it seems like it's not like an incantation or something like that. It seems like this is something more natural, maybe? Almost like someone has uncorked a bottle of perfume and you've just got that perfume just wafted on out there.
Do not put the cork noise in.
Like someone really strained with a bottle of perfume.
No!
Just really worked on it for a moment there.
No!
It's like below the perfume, there's almost the smell of the friction of this bottle
I will
uncorking.
meteor
such a
this
struggle.
town and all of your characters within it.
Yeah, I think I can hear what you're talking about.
Yeah, which leads me to believe that the seal on something has been broken, as opposed to some malicious force is in the center of the woods trying to ruin everything. Alita, where's the Silver Dragon Temple and shrine and stuff?
Well, the shrine is in the glade.
Is the temple in the woods?
No. The temple is up north, closer to Marine.
I was thinking maybe something in the temple had cracked. And that's why we were getting all of this weird, terrible mist. Because, like, each of the temples so far has been super duper cursed in some way or another.
No, just the shrine is in the glade. I'm not sure if the shrine or the glade came first.
A shine or the glade conundrum.
Actually, the thing that's great is that we're not going to need to go looking for the key.
Because Lord Alden has it?
No, we do.
Felix is the key?
No, it's not Felix.
Oh.
She taps the mirror pendant.
Oh.
Koza
The ghosts are the keys.
sees his reflection in the mirror. Oh, what?
Huh?
I'm the key?
Oh, for the love of the dragon gods. It's the pendant. The pendant.
As you move it reflects towards Johannes.
The key was the friends we made along the way.
Oh, that would have been great. No. Each of the pieces that has opened the door to the temples has been something that has been passed down from priest to priest to priest to priest, but it's something that they could have kept protected and hidden. Hence why it is things like a cup, or a dagger, or a quill, or a pendant, or something else.
But you listed all things we already know of, and then there's the one, so I'm guessing that's the gold dragon key, which is something else. Is it something embarrassing? Is it like a marital aid?
What?
Doesn't even have to be a marital aid. It can be a fun aid.
No, it's not that.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. I just, you seemed embarrassed about whatever it was.
It's not that I'm embarrassed. It's, I haven't really figured out how we're gonna get the key to the Golden Temple yet.
Well, I presume we'd just pick it up and carry it there, like...
That might be harder than you think it's gonna be.
Why?
Because it's the crown of the temple.
Huh?
Because it's the crown of the temple.
I'm afraid you're gonna have to speak up.
Because it's the crown of the Boros Emperor.
Oh. Well, they're coming here anyway, so we'll just get it.
The Emperor isn't gonna come here, Boat. Come on. When have you ever
He
seen
might be.
when have you ever seen a monarchical leader fighting on the front lines? Ridiculous.
He might be an old-timey king or emperor on his horse.
Prince Kronos is supposed to be pretty bloodthirsty.
Yeah, but that's
I wouldn't put it past him.
Maybe he borrows the crown when he's leading the troops.
that's a prince, and he's probably like a.
He is the emperor.
Oh,
Prince Kronos is the emperor.
well, that's kind of ridiculous. Why would you call yourself a prince if you're an emperor?
Because according to the way that Boris monarchy works, he's not a king until he's married and produced an heir.
Has he done either of those things?
He has not.
Okay.
Wait, so what you're saying is that one of us needs to hook up with the prince and get married and get an heir. So the heir
Koza
will
is
have
going
a
to fix
crown.
this problem the only way he knows how.
Yeah.
I mean,
Koza
most,
should have written one of those letters to the prince, too.
Side quest unlocked. Romance Prince Kronos.
Yeah, there's still time.
okay, so
we seduce him to find out what his Cronus trigger is.
It's a night for sounds.
Yeah.
well, maybe he probably wouldn't bring the crown with him, right? Like that, right?
Unless.
He did.
Would that even? I see.
He might want to bring it. He might want to bring it on tour to showcase Boris' power.
I was thinking we were just gonna have to do another heist because like we're good at those now. But that if we have to like fight an army, I don't know how the hell we're gonna fight an army. There's 5 of us, 6 if we count Felix.
Unless.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
No, we're not there. Sorry, I was looking for the full name of Prince Kronos to make sure that it was correct.
John Kronos.
No, it's Cronus Alphonse Ventus Elboros.
When he becomes emperor, he becomes Trentus Alboris.
That's my favorite Starbucks drink.
An extra large is your favorite Starbucks drink.
No, a Ventus Elboros
Okay.
with extra whipped cream and hazelnut drizzle in and out. Oh, that's right. Starbucks canceled hazelnut drizzle years ago.
I mean,
I haven't forgotten Starbucks. So where were we? I got lost at Doki Doki Prince Cronus Koza Otome.
that's where we were.
That's exactly
Yeah.
where we are.
You're right there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll kidnap him and have him wake up in the woods with us, and we'll convince him it's an isekai.
I don't think it counts as kidnapping when they're an adult. I'm pretty sure that's just abduction.
Wait, don't we know somebody who does that?
No.
Is your solution to get the crown from the emperor, kidnap the emperor? You know, the empire of the emperor of like the most militaristically powerful nation in the known world?
Are there any loopholes we could use to depose him?
I don't know.
I will say, if we manage to pull that off, that's a quick way to end a war. Like, hey, we've got your leader. I don't know if y'all have played chess, but if you take the king, like that's game over, man.
Yeah, that's definitely check.
Their
No,
whole
especially
empire will crumble.
I imagine most of his siblings wouldn't be good at taking it. No, we can't kidnap the emperor.
If we check him and then find him a romantic partner while he's in our custody, then that's checkmate.
Oh, yeah. Check that out.
Why can't we kidnap the emperor?
Because that's going to be harder than just finding a way to steal the crown.
So it sounds like what you're telling me is that we need to get to the Boris Empire.
Eventually, yes.
All right.
I mean, that's our next stop after we take care of Silver Dragon business.
And then after that...
I'll start practicing my accent.
All right. So, is there anything we want to do before we go into the woods?
I mean, I got us some more healing potions, and Solinar produces the 3 cloudy, light. What do we describe them as? Lesser health potions. So we've got that going for us, and then I've got this, and he produces a regular healing potion, and this, and he produces a greater potion of healing. So we've got backup resources for everybody.
I don't know. I feel like something's going to happen when we're there. Maybe I'm just nervous about the Silver Shrine, but I think if there's anything you guys want to do, maybe we make sure we get it done.
Yeah.
Way ahead of you. And I pull out my hairbrush.
It's weird how this text box just appeared over the adventure that says, "Do you want to continue your adventure? There may be no turning back after this point." And then there's a continue, and there's a wait not yet option.
Solinar, you're speaking nonsense again.
All right, Koza, boat.
Now, the only thing I can think that we need to do is just stock up on some stuff. Like some more cloudy potions.
Get them cloudy potions.
Well, I bought his entire stock, unless he's made more overnight.
Without having access to the ingredients, because he can't go into the woods.
And it's overcast.
Also that.
No suns, no clouds.
Had I set Oakmail as my forwarding address?
Do you
I
want
don't know,
to?
did you?
I think you either set Oakmel or Marine as your forwarding address. I can't remember which. I'm pretty sure it was Marine now.
Yeah, it's probably Marine.
I'm as ready as I'm going to be. Like, we may as well get this thing going, because whatever's going on in these woods needs to be handled. We're the adventurers to handle it.
All right, Johannes?
Oh, I agree.
Koza?
I've just finishing brushing my hair.
Koza, you need to
verbally
say
Oh,
things.
yeah, this is a podcast. I think we just gotta do it. We just gotta go.
Yeah. Eeyore says yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen, just that I have a very bad feeling, but I think if we're all of us together, we'll be okay. We have been so far, right? Right. Yes. That has been the case.
That's true.
With our powers combined, we can do anything.
All right, Sora. Maybe calm that down. So with
Reminds
that,
me of my favorite meme. All the people putting their rings in together, and they say, "With each of our elements, we can create something greater." Okay, everybody, think of what your key element that you're bringing into this. Put your hand in the middle, yell it out, and let's see if we summon something greater. I'll go first. Heart. Wait. Let me back it back up. Hair.
Wrestling.
Stealing stuff.
Decay, but also heart.
dragons? I like how this was clearly a therapy exercise for each of the characters to find their core.
We've created Captain QPR.
So,
the podcast is yours.
So with that, you all gather your things and head off towards the woods. Standing at the edge of the wood for just a moment, you all look at one another and take a breath. As you begin to trek into the woods, the mist curls around your legs and envelops you. No one in the town can see you anymore.
Praise be. Once there was a silence, a void so full of nothingness. Yes, the silence. It consumed like a mighty maw, hungry. But then a voice came, and another, that pierced the silence. The voices that bring laughter and wonder, magic and mystery. Yes. But these voices, they could only fight the silence, hold back the great nothing. Yes, but with the support of our divine beings, angels and celestials, too radiant to behold, and too glorious not. We give thanks to our patrons, our shiny protectors, Whitney Zahar, Tony Elevato, Joseph Maltby, Andrew Wheeler, Breck O'Donnell, Brianna Beebe. Without your support, these heavenly voices would be lost to the silence, and woe would be unto us all. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
I think if we're describing Prince Cronus as with whipped cream and hazelnut drizzle inside and out, that's, I guess, one way to try to produce an heir.
That joke is getting cut immediately. Absolutely not, you downright psychopath.
That is whip it good.
Oh my god!
That is well below the PG-13 line.